bylaws.
Thank you. Move that zoning amendment bylaw 2012 number 4500.014 ZA1-51 general amendments to create a new subzone R1B which applies to R1 zone properties within the Old City neighborhood pass first reading.
Seconded. Councillor Greaves.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Through you to staff, we are excluding duplexes.
Yes, Your Worship, we are.
Okay. Well, for that reason, I will not be supporting this.
So, okay, nothing further. Councillor Brennan.
I agree with Councillor Greaves. I won't support this either. I think that we need to continue the drive towards densification. I think that particularly in the downtown core, and I would call this part of that, we need to find ways of densifying. This is one way, and we could use a development permit area so that there is some control over and agreement on form and character. I think that that's the way to go. This seems somewhat exclusive to me to take this part of the city, which is a wonderful part of the city, and exclude it from the densification goal that we have, particularly when we can manage the issues that have been identified, and that is that the form and character may not be consistent with the neighborhood. If we have a development permit area, we can make sure that it is consistent. So I'm disappointed in this amendment and discouraged by it, in fact.
Nothing further. Councillor Padgett.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Well, I'll be speaking in favor of this for two main reasons. The one is that I do believe that there is a bit of an obligation on the part of the city to protect the only and one and only Old City neighborhood that we have. It is special. We have made some special arrangements for them in the fact that we have lowered the height of accessory buildings to between 4.5 and 5 meters. We have kept the minimum lot size to 500 square meters. And as far as densification is concerned, I'm all in favor of infill and densification. We're talking about 16 lots here that would be excluded from having duplexes. That's not a heck of a lot. And then when you compare that, instead of a duplex having a single family residence with a secondary suite in it, I think that densification thing balances out quite nicely. I really do believe that it would not behoove us to flip on this for the third time.
Nothing further. Councillor Anderson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Somehow I've disappeared, but anyways, I will be voting against this. I think it's important that we continue to densify the downtown, and I agree with my colleagues, Councillor Brennan and Councillor Greaves, that we need to continue to move forward with this. And I've received new information which continues to say this is something that we need to continue doing. I was disappointed with the presentation that we had that showed 70s style and 80s style type of buildings that would be built in the downtown core, when obviously that's not the type of buildings that would be built there. And I think that council has a responsibility to look towards the future, and that we need to densify the downtown, and by flip-flopping on this issue, I don't think it's the right thing to do. So I think that we should go back to the original stance and stay with what we originally said we were going to do and move forward with that. Thank you.
Anything further? Councillor Johnson.
Well, part of my question has been answered. Councillor Padgett has asked it, but clarification, they are 16 corner lots only, right? 16 corner lots that were identified.
Yes.
And have we received letters of complaint about disallowing duplexes? or more letters in favor of this?
In terms of the process that we went through with the neighborhood, we did a questionnaire as part of that process, and in that process there was response from the people who responded to the survey in support of not allowing the duplexes.
More in support of not
About a 2/3, 1/3 split, roughly.
Thank you.
So, nothing further. We have a motion on the floor. It's been seconded. All those in favor? Opposed? I show Councillor Brennan, Councillor Greaves, and Councillor Anderson opposed. The remainder of council in favor. The motion passes. Councillor Paget.
I move that zoning amendment bylaw 2012, number 4500.014 pass second reading.
Seconder? Seconded. No further debate. Okay, the question. All those in favor? Opposed? I show Councillor Brennan, Councillor Greaves, and Councillor Anderson opposed. The motion carries. Bylaw status sheet. Now, correspondence. We have two pieces of correspondence. One from Louise Hart, Intake Coordinator, First Nations